Just waiting for one more player to join into the server. While we wait, I will just go through a couple of little things like the betting predictions. Obviously, you guys bet, and then I get to show you what you guys bet. I don't know how that's particularly helpful to you, but while you do this, I have to tab out to bring this up, so just bear with me for a second, just while I bring up the odds. Obviously, most of you, or some of you, I know a lot of you bet, will already know these odds, but as you can see, Hellraisers, in both of these scenarios, EGB and CSGO Lounge, thank you to them, by the way. There's a little bit of sellout in there, but thank you to them. Otherwise, things like this wouldn't be possible. They do sponsor these sort of events to start our league, but both the odds do favour Hellraisers. But I do have to say, along these lines of based on what? Like, it's so risky betting on this game. I know that I wouldn't want to bet. I'm not particularly allowed to bet. I feel like that's a little bit wrong if I do bet. But just the idea that both of these teams do have new players in the roster, players that, well, definitely interesting for someone like me going to be casting it, because for stars you have Bondic. Bondic, for me, proven in Flipside, has been playing very well recently. One of the better players for sure in that lineup. I can kind of understand when the contract came up, he went, you know what, I fancy a change, different organisation, been there for a while. Definitely understandable. Yes, the warm-up is a long time. That's just until someone clicks ready. Don't worry about that one. But then going into the other side of the lineup, we have Space. Now, Space, for me, I'm going to have to use this word potential. And now, in the CSGO scene, the word potential can mean a bajillion different things along the line of, oh yeah, that guy Olofmeister, he has really good potential to, oh, that guy Markolov, he was amazing, he has great potential. And you sort of have to, like, let's be honest, when everybody saw Markolov in like the sort of early days, you were like, oh my god, this guy is going to be the best player ever. Never quite hit those heights. So it's always that sort of, there's that sort of like balance in a way where you sort of have to think, do I realistically think that Space could be as good as some of the top players? I don't know. And for that very reason, like, going into this match, I'm not so sure. Like, he has been very, very good previously, but whether he can perform the same as Waylander, not so sure. That's sort of like the way I'm looking at it, because it's two very different scenarios. Like, you saw Questone, he was sort of the underperformer in this lineup. He was, well, I think he was removed. I'm not sure if it was sort of one of those ones where he stepped down. You look at their, like, last or few performances. Even in the last game these two played together, you sort of think, oh yeah, Gambit won that one 2-0, right, guys? Bottom of the board, I'm pretty sure in both map was Questone. So, adding in Bondic for them, definitely an improvement. Whereas, for me, when you look at, like, the recent performances from Gambit, the player who's been up the top of the board a lot of the time is Waylander. It's sort of been him, Mao, obviously. You have other players like Agent who can definitely pull his weight at points, but do I think that that's a good replacement? I'm not sure yet. I think potentially he could be better, but at the moment, probably not. Like, he's not going to single-handedly take down Envious with one of the craziest performances we've seen in a while, so that's sort of the way I look at it. Like, I would personally say that out of the two replacements, Gambit's was more forced. I feel like Bondic was a step up, for sure. So, going into this one, as said, I feel like it's going to be an interesting turn of events. The map pool is also a great one. But, yeah, going into this map, we've got a few maps that I particularly really like to cast. We've got Dust2, which is obviously the aim duel. But, yeah, we're going to be seeing Dust2, which I think is a great map anyway. And to see whether or not they can actually take this one, start things off, would be a nice start for Hellraisers for sure. Gambit as well. Whoever take it would be nice. Obviously, we did see Gambit at the beginning of the last time these two played. They actually took Dust2, I think, relatively convincingly. I think I can actually bring it up on HLTV. And yeah, I think it was actually like a 16-9. So relatively convincing show coming out from them. And yeah, as said, I'm looking forward to this one to see who will actually come out on top. I know the stats do favour towards Hellraisers when it comes to the betting standard, but I'm not so sure it'll be as one-sided as it seems to be. Like, these teams do have matchups in the past. Whether or not the matchup will be the same, I'm not so sure. But yeah, especially with the addition of Bondic. I think Bondic is a great addition to their team. Obviously, his decision was sort of the idea to leave Flipside, which, again, I'm not sure all of the details behind that. I do feel like Flipside, they've had their moments, especially when they were building up to that major. They definitely looked like they had some sort of fight in them. Definitely were improving along the line. So the fact that he has sort of dropped out, yeah, I suppose he was one of the better players in the lineup, but whether or not leaving will improve anything, I'm not so sure. It could have been organization, it could be many different things. But as said, map number 1, it will be dust2. Then we'll be going on to cobblestone, and finally, if needed, we will be seeing mirage. So really going to be looking towards the AWPers in this one. Of course, we've got one of the stars, up and coming stars anyway, Oscar, who sort of like, when you ever see him, I don't know if many people actually watch the Face It Pro League or anything else along those lines, you just see this guy go absolutely ham, and he is clearly a star of this team. We also, on the opposing side, have Mao, who I would say, when he goes off, is also a very, very prolific AWPer. So I think it's going to be a good battle. Also, as well, we want to watch these two new players play. But yeah, we're going to be going straight in to the knife round. Obviously, with dust2, I feel like the favored side really just depends on the team themselves. I'd say, if I had to pick, I'd say 8-7T side, but that's really not very much of a call, to be honest. That's like me going, yeah, basically I'm saying, if I could say 7-all, I'd say 7-all, but I can't because there's an odd number of rounds. So, yeah, I would say that most teams, they normally pick that CT side. I don't know if that's force of habit or just whether they want to start on that side. I don't really know. That's one of the things I've never really sort of thought of, where it's like, do they particularly prefer that side? But we'll see. And by the looks of things, they have now announced that Bondic is an actual member of this team. So I do think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good lineup no matter what. But obviously, in this scenario, I feel like the economy game could definitely come into play here because, well, both teams are going to be wanting their AWP players to have those AWPs. So let's see who is going to be taking into the first round. Obviously, we're going in to the pistol here. Angel going to be being a bit of a pain and changing his name to A1. That always throws me off because sometimes I just go, why can I never remember the name? Can never remember the name. But no, in this scenario, oh, just clicked V instead of C. Very close together, those ones. But we're going to be going into the pistol round. We have Mal on the Deagle armor, so they're investing quite a bit in him. It looks like he's going to try and hit the shot down mid, which is ballsy. Ballsy. It's clearly very reliant on his skill at this point. But we're going to be seeing Bondic with the kit. A couple of flashes, playing the utility role. Spade's actually the one who did drop that, and a nice aggressive peek straight away from Oscar. Going to be finding 1-2. Sticko found another in the meantime. Mal and Dozier will trade a couple back. That raid boss Deagle is still in play. And, of course, Dozier, well, I don't even need to say his nickname. Everybody knows his nickname already. He's going to be with the USP now, so still the potential to hit those one taps. They are going to be pushing away at the moment. It's going to be Dozier currently holding the bomb, and Sticko's going to be the one who's going to spot our Mao. That's a nice shot from him. There goes that Deagle. All going to be down to Dozier in a 1 versus 3. And, well, there's a kit in play as well. This is going to be very, very difficult, even if he can get the bomb down. If he can find one of these kills very quickly, the remaining 2 players are actually pretty far away. It will be Sticko, who is the one close by. The bomb going down will at least be something beneficial in this round. He's actually going to peek out, and there we go. He's going to find that one quick kill. So now, he actually has a great chance to find a 1v1 here. One player will be going towards long. He has actually planted in a fairly decent position, but the problem is if that player comes into long now, he's got to be very, very careful, otherwise he could lose his life very quickly, but he will find that first kill as well. This is nice. Got to be careful, though, on Bondic. The new guy wins the first round for Hellraiser, so came pretty close in the end. Actually, a nice effort by Dozier, but triple kill in the round, not quite enough. Not going to be helped out by his teammates too much in the end. And, well, it was actually Oscar with that aggressive push that actually brings this first round to a close, so yeah, nice start to them. And now we're going to be seeing, well, actually a force coming in from the T side. They're going to go straight away. Adrian actually going to be dropped an AK. The remaining players, it looks like Hooch has just taken a huge hit there. They're also going to pull in a Galil. So this is actually a very nice buy coming out at the moment. Not something you see too often with the force buy. It's normally Tech-9, a lot more nades coming in, but they've actually opted to go for the heavy artillery here. We're going to see the scout on Mao, which could always be deadly. He does have Oscar up against him, though, so well, let's see who takes the kill, and they're both going to hit their shots at the same time. There's no way Sticko can expect an AK in this scenario, and Adrian holding passive as well. That's going to be nice. Gonna grab up that scout as well. There is still now an M4 on the floor as well, and Doshi's gonna find that. So actually the T's now in quite a favorable position, and this force buy seems to be working out quite well with 2 kills already in their favor. Bondit gonna be pushing up short to try and find something back here, and this is where you can see some over-aggression coming out from the CT side. However, Mao is gonna go down. I'm gonna call him Mao for the majority of the game, just because that's the way it looks to me. If you disagree, please write a complaint to him and ask him how it's said, because I have no idea. And, well, 2 kills coming back quickly the way of the CT side. They don't have a kit now. If they can find Space quickly, that will at least give them something in this round. There's one. Not going to find the second, though. And now it's going to be all down to 0. A 1 versus 2 situation. Dozier has taken a bit of a hit, but these jumping shots, he's going to spot one player, but just look at the position all the way in pit. Adrian just going to be holding on the site. He's going to find his second kill of the round, and there's no way they expected that AK to come in so earlier. And I actually quite like that strategy. Risky to say the least, because if they lost their round, they invested everything into it, but they've now got an even earlier sort of win out of the rounds with the bomb going down. And that's what you sort of expect when the bomb goes down. You expect that third round by, not a force of that stature. So nice play from Gambit. They're now going to be straight back into this one. The force buy will be coming in straight away. Angel on the scout. The remaining players with pistols and armor. And, well, the flashbang going to be popped in. Not going to do anything. There may have actually been a decoy. I'm not entirely sure. Didn't hear it pop, so a little bit skeptical over that one. But we now have, well, 4 rifles on to that T-side. Oscar, however, will be finding the first kill of the round. Going to grab himself an AK as well. 5 HP. Actually, Angel finding one back. Is this going to be the battle of the force buys coming out at the moment? Going to be seeing the push coming in. Oscar, can he find this kill? No, he can't. He is at least going to get traded out. They'll finally find one back, but that's already a couple of kills. It looks like they're trying to get... Could have been another rifle. I don't think it was. They only have 4 rifles in play, so one of them was clearly dropped, and that went over to the CT side for a short amount of time, but the other one has been thrown away now. So 3 rifles still on the T side. 5.7's up close, though. Can be very deadly, and Sticko is holding in a decent position here. Surprisingly, it's actually Angel who's the one on the scoped rifle at this point, so there we go. Sticko finding himself the first after the previous engagements. This is actually going very well now. This is 40 seconds left on the clock. Playing very, very passively. And this is actually causing some real problems for the T side. They're not really sure where to push. They don't know where the remaining players are. And this is going to be, well, Sticko, decent position. He's got himself head armor as well. Although against the AKs, it's not going to really matter. He also has the M4 picked up as well. If he can at least find himself a kill here, that's going to be lovely. Should be able to grab one, although he looks away at the wrong time. The timing doesn't work out, although he does find a kill anyway. Not going to find the second, but with 14 seconds left on the clock, there's no way there's anything Mal can do here, surely. The scout shot going to be coming in. He's low, and a nice kill coming in from Angel as well. And, well, a round that probably shouldn't have been won by Gambit, and now a round that probably shouldn't have been won by Hellraiser as well. And that's going to be a 2-to-1 scenario. The force by Saga looks set to continue with Dozier buying up the AK. We're going to see, well, Mal really can't afford much, but the Deegs are very effective for these CIS players. And, well, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a kill coming out here. However, the buy is now significantly better for the CT side, and holding these passive positions, they should be able to do a nice amount of damage, especially with those early frag grenades. They're going to tag Hooch very low. And you got to remember, guys, that Hooch is crazy. Angel going to be finding that first kill of the round. That going to earn him a nice little bit of extra cash, but Spade's going to trade one back. The first kill for the new man on the Gambit lineup, and well, we'll give them a bit of a better chance in this round. However, there's still 3 rifles and a scout in play. Still don't count the scout as a rifle. For anybody who hasn't watched me cast before, it doesn't count. It's a scope. It's a scope, or I don't know, a sniper. There you go. That's the better word. Sniper. Pete coming out here. Mal going to do a bit of damage, but he's going to get sprayed down to just 16 HP. The time, still a minute left on the clock, so Gambit really can just play with it here. Going to be trying to get the bomb down to at least support something into the next round if they desire it. And that's a nice jumping shot. Spade's going to be finding one. Hooch finds another, and the force buy setup looks like it may pay off again. Although, look at the HP coming in for the T side. The only thing is, there's no way the CTs know how low they are, except by sort of estimating. And we've seen in the past that doesn't pay off. I still remember, I think it might have been in one of the majors where Shroud is shouting he's low, and Hellraiser shoots... Hellraisers? Freakazoid shoots him a load of time with the USP, does get the kill, but it turns out he's on full. So, yeah, questionable to go for something like this, and it actually does look like they're just going to run away with what they have. So, it looks like finally some sort of balance returns. The T's managed what looks like to save 4 rifles. Obviously, they are still some very low players on the board at the moment, and Bondic actually going to find one of them. He takes a scout shot, though, so he is just going to retreat away. And that's going to be a 2-all scoreline. Really nothing in it at this point. As said, almost what is expected from dust2 at this point. This is the second match of today, the first map of the series. So, yeah, we've already seen Escape Gaming win against... Wow, my mind... Oh, of course they've changed their name. They're not Torpedo anymore. They're called Metapod. That's it. The reference to Pokemon. Gotta catch them all, guys. And Mao, gonna be now down to 34 HP, taking an early shot from the scout. Obviously saving those rifles into the next round has allowed them to buy something into this one. So it is now actually starting to balance out towards a reasonable buy. Still no AWP, as the economy hasn't quite allowed for one as of yet. And that really is going to be the changing point, in my opinion. I think Mao and Oscar can be very prolific. We've already seen them both hit some nice shots with the scout. So whether they can do it, or well, it's not whether, when they do it with the AWP, that will be the difference. And Oscar now, he's going to be in a horrible scenario here. Playing up close, needs to try and find himself a kill here. Finds one. The 5-7 up close, doing some nice damage. Going to go for the jump scout. He's got support here. This is going very, very well. Sticko helps him out, but Oscar's the one doing all the damage. The star player turning up, and now Mao. Careful. Almost going to take his teammate's head clean off, just in full wreck mode at the moment. And well, that absolutely fell apart. And now Mao, well, he could try and save this, but there really isn't much going into the next round, and Sticko's going to finish him off. A lovely round coming out from Hellraisers, and just one player playing in the corner there did a huge amount of damage. The goose position working out perfectly, and Oscar, whew, just really is the player to be reckoned with at this stage. And this is sort of like the playground of players of his stature, the sort of players who are willing to go aggressive. The AWP players, dust2 sort of is the aim dual map. It is the Puggers map, and when you see how he plays FPL, you know that this guy can single-handedly wreck players. So the fact is, this is a style of map that he should be very, very good at. Obviously, after this, we are going to Cobblestone, which is, again, the sort of Orpa's playground. And actually, well, I'd say Gambit wouldn't be too unhappy with the way that this map pool has gone, although I have seen them go to stupid amounts of rounds on that map before against Rebels, also known as a Team Empire now. But it will be the first kill coming in for Mao now. Sticko going to be trading one back very, very quickly, so it is still going in the favor of the CT side. They do have the utility advantage. Going to be throwing in a Molotov, but a little bit too slow. And actually, 2 players have already pushed through. Zero going to have to connect his shots here. Actually, just dodging and weaving out of the way. Buying quite a bit of time, actually, for his teammates to get back in. And somehow he's still surviving this. Dozier will get taken down in the meantime. I have no idea how he actually managed to survive that long. He's bought so much time. However, they have managed to pick up a gun. Still a little bit of time here. Going to be faking the plant, just jumping. Actually going to hit a little bit more damage onto space. 3 HP for him. At least the bomb will go down, but here we go. Now the push comes in. The CTs absolutely wreck their opposition, and they're going to get a 4th round on the board. Although the bomb going down will mean that the T's have something to play with, but I feel like, well, after the amount of force buys that have come in, possibly a save will be on the cards into this one. Eagles across the board for 3 of the players. Adrian, Hooch, and Spade's going to be trying to hit those Hornbeaks throughout, but Oscar going to take down 1, take down 2, and he's just dropped the bomb already, so not the best start to say the least. This is just going to be a clean-up, and Angel picks up 2 in the meantime, so that was an incredibly quick round. Is that some sort of record? That was ridiculous. Oscar is one of those players who can sort of find those entry kills. I have to admit, in case you can't already tell by the tone of my voice, I'm a little bit of a fan. Just a little bit. But yeah, we're going to be seeing now the buy coming up for both teams. We see the AWP onto Mao. It is without head armor. And ooh, almost hitting the shot there. And he peeks out with the knife. And you can't give a shot like that to Oscar. He's going to take him down straight away. The AWP battle has begun. And it has been won by the Hellraisers Starlet. And now it's going to be a difficult round to say the least. Hooch has managed to pick up that AWP. So there will be a chance for him to try an entry back. But wow, it's not looking good so far. We already see Hooch 1-7, not having the greatest start, and well, none of the players have particularly stepped up yet. We've seen Dozier have a good round come in, and the 2 rounds they won were good. But Bondi, here we go, the new boy on the block, finding a double kill, and there's no way they're going to continue on to that path. Bonding actually going to go aggressive, have a little peek towards on. Not going to see anyone just yet, but with only 2 players left. What? Hooch with a lovely shot. AWP prowess right there. Going to get his 2nd kill onto the board, at least opening up something into this round, but it's still a 2 versus 4. Wherever they go, it should be a 2v2, although actually the B site's looking relatively open at this point. Now going to be giving his AWP over to his teammate with his death on the board. And, well, it's going to be really down to what Zero can do here. And Hooch, he's going to find himself a 2nd AWP kill. This means the bomb site does belong to them. And as said, they had 4 players remaining, and only 1 was anywhere near the B site. This allows for the plant to go down. So even with the loss bonus here, plus the bomb plant, they will be able to buy into the next round no matter what. But in a 2 versus 3, defending that B site, it is one of the easier sites to defend, or one of the 2 easier sites. I suppose it's not really that impressive a claim, but I'd say it's one of the easier maps in the game to defend, especially if they all push from the same position here. So everybody going to be coming in through the same gap, although Sticko's going to find the instant headshot and find the 2nd. He doesn't even need his teammates. Find both kills. They're going to save the or actually Oscar already had the AWP, but they're going to save one anyway. And, well, a lovely retake coming out from the Hellraisers guys. 6-2 now, starting off strong on the CT side. And, well, as I said, we could now see a buy coming in for the T side as well. Yeah, we will. Not going to have all the utility that's needed, but I would say that out of all the maps, dust2 is one where if you just quickly push somewhere, you can actually catch teams off guard. Obviously, everybody knows the rush B strategy, although I wouldn't say it is one that I would recommend in any real circumstance, unless it is, of course, just coming up against an anti-eco. But even then, you sort of have to wonder whether it's worth it. But definitely plays towards short can be done with minimal smokes, flashes, and mid to B can also be played as long as you have a smoke to go over the connector area. So I would say it's definitely possible, or the CT area, sorry. There isn't a connector in this map. I suppose it's a connector between A and B, but still. Going to be seeing now the push towards short. It doesn't look like they're really committed to this just yet. Plenty of time left on the clock. We do have to talk about the fact that the CTs have now built up so much money. Look at Bondic and Sticko, just right on those above 10k. Oscar as well, the AWP is going to be in his hand for at least a couple more rounds. So, working well so far, the Hellraisers guys. As said, the betting did favour them. I wasn't so sure. I thought possibly they'd get a run for their money. Of course, adding a new player into the team can change the dynamic, but it looks like it's working so far. And Angel with the double, almost hitting another double. Oh my goodness, Angel picks up 4, and now it's going to be all down to Dozier. He almost picked up 2 doubles in a row there. The 2nd player got tagged very low. Angel, that's just the risk of just going through the tunnels. You almost have to play some sort of mid to B sort of setup, and wow. Absolutely lovely. You do have to say it was sort of handed to him on a plate, and AWP in that position is deadly, but lovely stuff from Angel, picking up 4 kills with well, it's 3 bullets, but I kind of want to count it as 2, because that final player at the back was almost just laughing at the fact that he didn't get taken down by that 2nd AWP shot. So 7-2, the pistol's now going to be coming in. That one of their 2 smokes has now been thrown into the suicide position, so well, not the ideal spot to say the least. We're going to be seeing Angel peeking mid with the AWP. As you can tell, they've already got the double orb set up in play, and it does look like they're now going to be just rushing onto the short area into the domain of Oscar. The flashback going to be popping out, but this is where things are going to get difficult for him. However, he gets taken down by Spaze. Need to get that bomb down, but they will find themselves another kill, and actually they've got this into a 3v3. Sticko in a decent position though. He'll quickly change that. I feel like this shouldn't be possible. No way should this be possible for Gambit. They have very little. Gonna get themselves another kill though. Dozier still doing work with that P250. Spaze also has himself 2, so playing well with the pistol, and also the AWP. It doesn't particularly matter. However, the main problem they have at the moment is there's no way they're getting to that bomb. So I would just say in this scenario, they now have to just run away with the weapons. Gonna be spraying through, but that's actually a successful round, considering what they invested into this one, to take down 3 players, get the bomb plant, pick up an AWP. They're gonna be happy with how that one went, and it will actually allow them to buy for at least a couple more rounds. So, I'd say Gambit, a successful round, but so far it does look like Hellraisers are running away with this one. They really need to start picking up some rounds, and well, this man is the one I'm looking for here, taking the peek down mid, and he's going to get wrecked by Oscar again. That's now, what, 2-3 times? Oscar has just outplayed him with that AWP. Hooch, I think, has actually found more AWP kills than Mao, which is a little bit worrying with your primary AWPer in the field, and Sticko, he's going to go aggressive. He's going to find 2 kills. Angel pushes up as well. Hooch manages to find 1, but this is just pure aggression, zero respect coming out from Hellraisers, outplaying their opposition, and of course Oscar finishes us off with another kill, but you sort of have to wonder. I know that it's always a thing that saying, yes, you should keep challenging, you should keep going for the shots. If you're confident enough, eventually you'll take one, but for me, possibly Mao should just go and peek long or peek somewhere else, because he's just been destroyed by Oscar so far in this game. And, well, I do rate him as an AWP player, so let's see. Is he going to take one this time? Going to watch the jump. He's now playing towards suicide, which obviously has its risks, but doesn't look like either of the players are going to be hitting their shot this time. Except Oscar then pushes towards long and finds himself another one. So Hooch going to be dropping first this time. Angel is going to get tagged towards the middle area. So he has taken a little bit of damage early on, but they still have the man advantage. Adrian is also low. And well, at the moment, Gambit, they really need to find a way into this round. An entry kill will at least be something. And, well, now it's actually going to be bonding to find one Sticko. They are just combining very, very well, to be honest, considering these players haven't been playing together very long at all. Although, well, the signing obviously happened today. We don't know how long they've been playing. I can't imagine it's long, though, considering he only very recently left Flipside, but they're playing well together no matter what. Sticko going to be finding another one, and well, just finishes it off with a triple. It looks like all their players are just hitting their shots, and although Oscar seems to be the one finding those entry kills, Sticko 17-5 at the moment. Angel, obviously with that quad kill, he's 13-6. And Bodnik, he's only died twice in this whole half, and we're 12 rounds in, which is sort of scary. Well, especially when you look at the opposing side of the board. But here we go. It's going to be another buy, of course, coming in for the T side now. And, well, it's actually Angel taking the peek up against Mao at the moment. And he'll get punished. Jumping up, gives away his position. And that's going to be Mao finally finding an entry kill into this round. And now Gambit, they need to capitalize. I would say that, as said, this is a fairly balanced map. Although, if you can pull in a good economy early on that CT side, you can definitely get underway and pick up quite a few rounds. Angel going to pick up the AWP. Dozier actually finds another entry kill. So this is looking much better. Adrian finds one more with the AWP. And it's now down to Sticko and Oscar. They have been doing phenomenally well. But this, surely this is not possible for the 2 remaining players. Sticko going to be finding one. Using that smoke boost to his advantage. Actually finds an entry kill here. Oscar actually holding very far back. I do feel like they're possibly going to go for the save. Although, you just look at the bank. It may just be because they don't want to give the guns over to the opposing side. But the question is, to be honest, it's not so much about whether they win this round, Gambit. They need to sort of win the final 2. If this goes to a 12-3 half, Hellraisers have pretty much got this one in the bag. And you have to remember, I'm pretty sure this is Gambit's pick. At least, though, they're going to take down the AWP. Those are going to go through and find Sticko. So it is a whitewash in the round. 4 players surviving. Adrian the only one to go down. And they've ended up with a triple orb setup. Okay. Well, I suppose if things aren't working out, you try new things. And this is an extreme way of trying new things. I'd say this is like sort of saying I don't really like spicy food and then trying a ghost pepper, but never mind. Let's see how the triple orb setup goes. We're going to see some aggression coming out. Oscar going to be punished. Dozier still finding those kills early on. Well, for now. See if he can continue into this round. Obviously, one of the rounds they did win was actually off his back, and he does have the other MVP as well. And there we go, another kill for Dozier. 2 entry kills already. However, Angel Bonding going to find 2 back in return quickly, so not the end yet. And now you just look, AWP, 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 and as we switch, Adrian actually hits a lovely shot as well, so it's going to be down to 0. As said, they will be able to buy into the final round anyway. In fact, they could go for a quad orb setup themselves if they really wanted to, but 10-5 will still be a decent half for Hellraisers. They're not going to be down and out after being so far up, but you do feel like after already losing 2 rounds early on, they could have closed this one out even more quickly. We're going to be seeing actually the great position here, but Mao, Sixth Sense, he turns around and he finds himself that kill. So not this time. Zero not going to be clutching this one out. Well, 1-7. He does have an MVP though, guys. So in one of the rounds, he was the most valued player. And to be fair to him, if your teammates are killing everyone before you can really do anything, it's kind of hard to get some kills. So now we're going to be seeing a double AWP setup. Triple AWP on the T's, double AWP, 5 AWPs overall. Not something I thought I'd be saying very often, although I have seen around with 5 scouts. So on one team, which was an interesting one. They actually won the round as well, so it is plausible because it's unexpected. But the triple AWP setup in that style, it worked. They found those picks every single time, although it was actually Dosia, one of the only players with the AK, who found the 2 entry kills. But well, I suppose that's why he's kept the AK and not gone for an AWP. We're going to be seeing a kit on every single player. Of course, the utility on the CT side is still ridiculous. It is the last round. They're not going to be too worried about wasting anything here. They're just going to be trying to win this round. Of course, both teams at this point do have quite a few nades, although the T's have used up quite a few of theirs for now, but plenty to execute still with a minute left on the clock. And well, by the looks of it, they are gathering up to go towards A, but it is, of course, difficult to tell as the rotations are very quick, and it's going to be Angel. He's going to find the first kill in this round quite late on, and actually Space refaces that AWP. I'm not sure if that was the right decision there, wanting to get that trade quickly, and well, now they've run into the clutches of Bondic, and he has been so deadly towards long. Sticko, of course, gets himself a kill finally into this round, and that's going to be an 11-4 half. Hellraisers pretty dominant on their CT side, and now we're going to have to see some of the same if Gambit want to get back into this one. Of course, as said, I think this was their map pick as well, so the Hellraisers really are looking strong, and to be honest, so far it looks like Bondic has been a good addition. Obviously, we can't really talk about it's kind of difficult to talk about the sort of how well this team is doing when they're playing against another team who've got a new player, and the replacement was Waylander, who I actually rated quite highly within this team. Obviously, he is a player who I feel like has his ups and downs, but the ups were destroying Envious, which yeah, they were in a slump themselves, but I still, that's still impressive. Like, those players are very, very good aimers, and for him to just walk in, there were moments on Cash where he'd walk in, just pop 2 heads, and then carry on, and it was just insane. So the fact that he's gone off, obviously the possibility is he may be joining a Finnish team. I don't know. Obviously, the name Ents seems to go around an awful lot, even when, well, even when Ents have nothing to do with the match in hand. I realise, I think everybody who uses HLTV knows the guy who just puts easy for Ents in every single thread, which is slightly sad, but also quite impressive just due to the sheer dedication that he will actually go and type that in the majority of matches. But yeah, hopefully we'll be going into this one relatively soon, possibly just waiting for the Hellraisers guys, maybe just rubbing it in a little bit, or maybe it's just Zero going, come on guys, can I have a kill please? Like, just look at this at the moment. Thing is, if he had say about 10 kills, we'd probably be looking at a 15-0 sort of setup at the moment, so it may be a good thing that he doesn't. But as said, we're now going to be going into the second half. Of course, after this map we do have Cobblestone, and if needed, we will be having Mirage as well. So, as said, quite an interesting map pool. One that I definitely think favours the AWP players in this map. And, well, as being shown at the moment, it's been, well, Angel and Oscar on the AWPs playing very well. And Sticko showing them how it's done with the rifle as well. But we're going to be seeing the pistol round coming in. Looks like Hooch getting ready for some aggression. We also have Oscar on the Tech 9 and armor at the moment. And there we go. Hooch going to be finding that entry kill. Also a tag coming in. It looks like the push has come in as well from a couple of other players onto short. Agent going to be finding another one, so this is actually looking very good at the moment. Sticko, however, will find one back, but the bomb is in a horrific position, and Oscar's Tech 9 and armor is not going to last him very long. Dosia going to be waiting, tapping away with that USP, but the remaining 2 players, they have an awful lot of work to do, and the problem is, there's currently, well, a crossfire on the whereabouts of the bomb, so it is going to be very, very difficult. I feel like there's no way that, well, unless Agent has, like, gouged his eyes out, there's no way he doesn't know where the bomb is. So it's going to be very difficult to get this one back. But, well, Bondic and Sticko on the pistols, I'd definitely say that it's possible for them to bring this one back. Bondic, however, doesn't have any armor, although it's not the end of the world in the pistol round. It's all about those headshots. Even with the Glock, at most ranges you do about 90 damage, so I would say that it's possible, but Bondic, he's going to fall in the meantime. And now Sticko, Tech 9 and armor. He needs to find himself 4 kills or get the bomb down. I think the bomb is the most realistic of those. He is going to find himself a bit of damage there, but Dosia holding the cross is going to make things very, very difficult. Going to have to push back around. 25 seconds left on the clock. I feel like wherever he goes now is going to be very, very difficult. Although, funnily enough, I feel like both players... Well, I know that both players on the other side are actually low. Of course, he doesn't know that, and that's going to be Gambit finding themselves around, which was crucial, I think, to them coming back into this one. Coming in the force buy, we will see Hellraisers picking up those upgraded pistols. No surprise to me that we see this Hooch actually going to go quite aggressive, and we do have Mao on the scout. Need to see him step up a bit. I feel this is the sort of series that we need someone, well, as you can see on the other side, like Oscar finding those early entry kills. We've seen Angel doing it as well, but Adrian, he's going to get tagged down. 4 HP already. Do have a couple of rifles to go with the SMGs, but it's actually going to be Oscar Sticko finding a couple of kills. Dosia will return 1, but he's actually going to drop an M4 as well. So if they can retrieve that, that'll be very beneficial to their T-side push. There is also Oscar very close up here. Going to be going down. He's going to take down Space. Looking for Mao as well. Picking up the FAMAS. The scout shot is going to hit, but he's not going to find the kill either way. And this is going so badly wrong. The upgraded pistols are just working wonderfully at the moment. And well, at least they're going to have that M4, find themselves the kit as well. But Adrian with 4 HP, there's nothing he can do in this. The best thing he can do here is save. And, well, they don't know where he is, so they are going to go just pushing around to try and check that he's not in one of the crevs, one of the corners. But, wow, just what a round coming out there. Oscar finding 3 kills. Straight away finds an entry with the Tech 9. Obviously, Adrian was also tagged low from the Tech. And now he then walks in, finds himself he finds one onto Space, jumping down onto his head, and then he just walks in and kills off Mao as well. Obviously, Mao with a scout, so it's kind of understandable when he comes up against a FAMAS, but just what a force buy. This is how you play the force buy round, guys. If you ever need advice, just talk to Hellraisers. They've just absolutely dominated Gambit, and well, it looks like the remaining players, they're just having a bit of a look, and I actually quite like the look of that Deagle. The Bondic sticker on it. As said, the new boy in town, and well, you have to say, out of both of the new players popping in, Space currently 5-13, giving away that the FAMAS. Obviously, he couldn't have known that Oscar was there, but oh, Bondic, come on, Bondic, you're supposed to be giving a show. Angel going to be finding that kill in the end, and the M4 will be picked up. So either way, they've gained quite a nice bit of economy going into this one. And well, 12-5, surely the CTs are going to be forcing back into this to try and make something of the round. It's not going to be easy for sure, but I feel like they've got to go for it. And it's actually going to be Hooch picking up the scout in this scenario. He has actually been better with the scoped rifles than Mao so far in this setup. And that, like, obviously that's sort of a compliment to Hooch, but also you have to say that Mao so far on this map where your AWP player is so important, he's not stepped up at all. And even without the AWP, we've seen Oscar just win them around. 3 kills when all he started with the Tech 9 and armor, although that can be OP, especially in the hands of some of the top players. But even still, it's just the difference of players at this point. And well, this is sort of where you need someone to step up. Space, obviously a youngster who can pull in the frags if necessary, but so far this is not looking good. And well, Hooch was being a little bit ambitious with that jump for sure. Maybe in the old days of Counter-Strike, when you could jump and shoot and the hitboxes were so screwed up you'd never be able to hit that headshot, but not today. Sticko going to be ripping his skull from his neck. And well, now really I'd actually say that the CT side could possibly opt to save into this one, because all they've got is pistols and armor. They want to be trying to bring something into the next round. Obviously, they've made things even more difficult for them. So I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but if you win the pistol and then lose the next round, you actually screw your economy just slightly longer into the half. However, Space and Mao at least going to be finding 1 each. But what you have to remember here is they're going to be going into the next round with nothing if they don't manage to save. However, Space going to find another one. That's nice to say the least. And they're actually got a huge amount of damage here, dropping a load of players. And Bondic, well, he just wants to get in here. Space out of all the weapons to save, he has managed to get a scout. I'm pretty sure there were rifles all the way along the floor. But, yeah, this, I'm not, the thing is, I'm not sure what I'm more worried about. The fact that Hellraisers are clearly in the driving seat here. They've managed to come back in rounds that are just, like, they probably shouldn't be able to win. Or the fact that they're doing it with a player who's only got 1 kill. Oscar, obviously, he's never going to miss that shot. Running through mid, had huge amounts of risks. And, well, with the AWP, just wrecks him. But if you have a player who's got 1 kill and you're winning 13-5, the rest of your team must be just playing phenomenally well. And in a way, that's sort of a compliment to the remainder of the team. Like, guys, you're doing this well with a player. Like, you're basically... I don't want to say they're playing 4v5. Obviously, he has, like... He can always throw the nades for his teammates. There's always support roles that he could be playing behind the scenes, but you sort of expect more than 1 kill. But at the same time, I imagine they're probably enjoying this. I can't hear, obviously, their comms, but it must be quite funny if you're winning 14-5, you have a player on 1 kill. Like, that just doesn't happen very often, but it's because every other player has more than 14. And, well, obviously, you got Sticko, who's currently 25-9. But now, we're going to be seeing some aggression coming out. 3 players pushing through here. They are walking into a bit of a stack. But it does look like they're doing the damage here. And Mao's going to finally step up, find a double kill. Sticko. Well, let's be honest. From his performance so far, you wouldn't want anyone else in this scenario. If he could find Dozier. Oh, my goodness. Of course, he's going to find that headshot. And Sticko. Can he finally put the nail in the coffin here? Well, I don't finally. Can he put the nail in the coffin here? Because... well, it's going to be all down to Mao. I wonder if there was actually an AWP down there, because that would have sort of been the perfect weapon, but instead... well, the smoke's going to go down, and that was actually very smart by Sticko. He throws the smoke, and then just watches the bullets to see where he is, to know exactly the position of his counterpart. Mao, well, you would do that. If you saw a smoke go down, you assume he's trying to get the bomb. However, Mao has actually rotated around into... possibly the A site here. This is sort of now a little bit of mind games coming in here. Going to be throwing out the flashbang. It is just going to come down to who outplays the opposition here. And it does look like they're both going to be ending up on the same site here. Unless Sticko decides to change his mind at the last second. The flashbang, well, he couldn't have known the direction of it. So it really is just going to be down to where he decides to go. There's no way he can know where Mao is unless he has... some Kilkui style vision. And well, he's going to be pushing out here onto long, and oh my goodness, there's no way. Mao peeks out at the perfect timing. However, the bomb is going to go down. That nade not going to reach. Oh, that's so painful. It was such a perfect nade, but it just didn't quite land in the just off. So very close. And now Sticko is going to go for the peak. Surely Mao, he's got the kit. Don't think he knows exactly. I think he thinks he's behind the other box. And there we go! Sticko clutches it! There's just nothing going the way of Gambit at this point. Made so very, very close. But clearly not close enough. I don't know if that's just, like, hey, Valve. That, like, didn't even do, what, 12 damage? Really? Well, now we're going to be having a sort of force buy coming in. A little bit of GoTV lag. Going to make things a little bit more interesting. Have a little bit of a freeze frame here. But, oh, Hellraisers, even when they're in a 1 versus 2, they're going to come out on top with Sticko just hitting those headshots. Bondic going to be waiting around the car. He's got Sticko to back him up. These guys are actually... these two have been playing off each other really well so far. And it's sort of not something you'd expect from a team or players who've been playing together for such a short time. I don't know if they played together previously. I'm sort of out of it when it comes to a lot of previous teams. I'm relatively new to casting. I reckon 99% of you have no idea who I am, which is fine. But don't forget you can check me out on Twitter by !caster in the chat. Yeah, sell out. Sell out. Go on. I know it's coming. Sell out. Sell out. Sell out. But we're going to be seeing a 4 versus 5. I would be surprised to see a comeback in this round. We really haven't seen... well, I'd say we haven't seen the true Gambit at all. They are much better than this. Possibly the new edition has affected the lineup. It definitely is possible. I suppose we're just looking at it from the other point of view, where it just looked so good at the moment for the remaining players. The flashbang going to pop over. Doshia is going to find a double kill, but to be honest... a double kill probably isn't going to be enough in this scenario unless Spades comes in. He finds 2 more. Now 0. A 1 versus 2. He's only got 2 kills total, but he'll double it right at the end just to go, yeah, guys, I'm still here. I see you, chat. I see you watching. But anyway, that's going to be map number 1. This has been dust2. We're going into Cobblestone relatively shortly. Don't forget, guys, !caster. If you want to give me any feedback. Obviously, if it's, oh, your voice is a little bit raspy, that's because I have a cold. Sorry about that. Obviously, check out esports pools. Obviously, in the bottom, if you scroll down just underneath, I think there's actually some like bonus stuff if you sign up through the guys at Star Ladder. And also, if you're a subscriber, I think there's definitely some prizes to be won. So make sure you check that out. EGB, CSGO Fast Live Cap as well. I like the feature. Like, just if you want to record the last 60 seconds of a game, such as the quad kill coming in from Angel, you just click. It records the last 60 seconds. Then you have your clip. You don't have to go scrolling through the VODs to make your amazing montage. But anyway, guys, we'll be back in just a moment. We'll be coming in with Cobblestone. And, well, it's going to have to be an impressive comeback from Gambit because Hellraisers are looking sharp. And, well, even 0 at the end. Even 0 at the end. Be back shortly, guys. Make sure you don't go anywhere. And enjoy my terrible taste in music.